Ladies and gentlemen, this should be the biggest news story that you hear all week. Aside from Andrew McCabe getting prosecuted, very likely this week. It's going to happen. It's going down, everyone. This is an article that I didn't read, but I'm just reading right now. And I've been telling you endlessly that Trump's going to raise over $1 billion, that he's going to easily surpass any Democrat running right now. And obviously, the Democratic Party is not stupid. They're going to go with Clinton 2020 because essentially the DNC is an extension of two people, Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. It's an extension of two people. That's it. There is no Democratic Party. Now, I was saying that she has to raise $2 billion. She's going to have to raise more than that to even come close to President Trump. This is a great article by the Washington Examiner by Paul Bedard. Historic Trump raise record Trump set to raise record $2 billion for re-election 4 times 2016. This is a Washington Examiner article. Republican donor enthusiasm is reaching new levels more than a year before the presidential election, sparking wild predictions that President Trump and the Republican National Committee Joint Fundraising Committee will raise more than Trump and Hillary Clinton collected in the 2016 election. GOP fundraisers said the president could rake in $2 billion to $2.5 billion, a record amount that is double what Clinton and former President Barack Obama took in for their most recent campaigns. The Democrats are on life support, ladies and gentlemen, politically. Clinton is a lock for the Democratic nominee. They have nobody else. It's a money laundering and graft public relations machine. It's not about value system on the left. They only care about money. It's not about any ideals or policies because if you've noticed, they haven't passed any grandiose policies in the House, and they control the House. President Trump should be vetoing Medicare for All bills and abolish ICE bills and Green New Deal bills. He's not. And ladies and gentlemen, this is getting me hyped up, and I'm wearing my I'm with her shirt. I'm still with her. 2 big things are going to happen in the next 3 months. In the next week, Andrew McCabe is going to get indicted. The next 2 months or so, 2 to 3 months, Hillary Clinton will run for president, which means she's going to win the Democratic nomination. 1,032nd is not going to win. Okay, Mrs. I didn't support Bernie Sanders when I should have, even though right now Bernie Sanders is a human doormat for the Democratic Party. You talk about there's one person divided into two. Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are the same person. So you pretty much found out about Elizabeth Warren when she actually stated, yeah, Bernie Sanders was cheated, but prior to that, she didn't back him. She's an extension of Bernie. His philosophy, his ideology, Bernie Sanders and Warren promoted the Russia myth. They're not going to go up against any billionaire class. These two are the biggest grifters of all time. And the people who pushed the Trump-Russia myth and the people who said vote for Clinton in swing states or just vote for Clinton outright and are the same people who are going to tell you to vote for Clinton again in 2020 because she's running again, are the same people who are going to say, gosh, Andrew McCabe didn't deserve to get indicted, who will be the same people who didn't care that Michael Flynn got set up and framed, and Papadopoulos got set up and framed, and President Trump himself was framed, and his administration. These are the biggest, whatever you want to call them, phonies, whatever. The left doesn't, there is no left. There is no Democratic Party. It's just two people. I just want to tell you my extension. Americans have been talking about my extension since the 90s. And I got to say, it's long and strong. DNC all the way. The Democratic Party is an extension of Bill Clinton. Hillary's running again. Technically, she could raise I always said over $2 billion, but let me just read this again. GOP fundraisers said the president could rake in $2 billion to $2.5 billion, a record amount that is double what Clinton and former President Barack Obama took in for their most recent campaigns. It would also be 4 times the $600 million Trump raised in 2016. Now, this is an article in the Washington Examiner. You could look it up. I'm not making it up. Historic Trump set to raise $2 billion for re-election 4 times 2016. As a Trump supporter, this makes me almost actually happier, but this story makes me almost as happy. Democrats disavow Obama's creation of a rival political group. Who benefits when Clinton destroys and obliterates and completely erases the Democratic Party from history? Clinton 2020 will obliterate and remove the current Democratic Party from history. And it'll have to be rebuilt. Guess by whom? President Obama. The 2020 field pledges not to form a separate political arm from the DNC. President Obama, and Ed Klein introduced me to this notion. President Obama actually benefits when Clinton loses again in 2020 because he gets to rebuild the Democratic Party in his image. The Clinton dynasty is on its last legs. It's still functioning. It's still powerful. It's still influential. It's fizzling out. The Titanic already hit the iceberg. It is what it is. The people are always late to the party. They're always they're always trying to hop on a moving train. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, Clinton is running again. It's not just that she's running. She's going to be the 2020 nominee. So forget about the running part. They're not going to go with Warren. Warren has 1% appeal. 1%. I think about 1 or 2% or less than 5% within African-American voters within the Democratic Party. She's not going to win. She's not going to win the Democratic nomination. It's not going to happen. Okay? She doesn't have national appeal either, and she did not tell the truth about something extremely important to the Democrats, which is heritage and background, and that's it. They just view that's what they've defined themselves as, and she lied about that. I'm not going to get into it, but she's 1,032nd. Okay? Ain't going to happen. There is nobody that can even touch Trump in terms of fundraising. Not even close. If he's going to get to $2 billion, Biden ain't going to get even $1 billion. Nobody even likes or can even fathom or can believe that Biden wants to even be president. He's going through the motions like it's like some kind of, like he's a senior in high school. He has to do a project. He doesn't want to do it. It ain't happening. Okay? This whole, like, the shtick, the Clint Eastwood, like, yeah, if you want to vote for me, go ahead. If you don't want to vote for me, it's the soul of this country. The soul of this country, it's 3.7% unemployment. It was 3.7% unemployment in October of 2018. It's going to be 3.7% unemployment in October of 2019 or around then. That's 1 year where the unemployment, it's not an anomaly. It's not an aberration. You have close to 500,000 manufacturing jobs. Okay, you have 300,000 lost under President Obama's administration. You're not going to compete with right now. The economy is. The Democratic Party cannot compete with a good economy. But let me just get back to. Can you imagine? I thought this was like a fake article. This is August 27th. This was just the other day, yesterday. Actually, yesterday evening. Democrats disavow Obama's creation of creation of rival political group. He literally is organizing for action as an arrival of Democratic National Committee. The DNC is going to be obliterated because it's controlled by one person. And here's another example, really quickly. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel, Dave Chappelle. God bless him. God bless him. He's saving this country single-handedly. But Donald Trump has worn us all out, and maybe our exhaustion spells his end. No, No, it's about money, honey. And it's not, this is a gentleman who's an opinion columnist for the New York Times. It doesn't matter how exhausted or how much, all the ridiculous fake quotes attributed to Trump. He never said anything about hurricanes. But here, this is why they're not going to raise any money with any other candidate aside from Clinton. And honestly, it could be a landslide. It could be close, but Clinton has to raise well over $2 billion. If Trump's going to approach $2 billion, she has to raise $2.5 to $3 billion. I don't even know if that's even possible for her to raise. I mean, it could be. It could be. You never know. Not $3 billion, but she could get to $2 billion. He can get to $1.5 billion. She would still outraise him, and who knows, God forbid, what kind of dirty tricks they'd pull. But here, Donald Trump's presidency has baffled me, enraged me, and above all saddened me, because I'm a stubborn believer in America's promise, which he mocks and imperils. There's 3.7% unemployment, buddy. Get over it, my God. People are working. We have the beginning of peace between North and South Korea. Much better than what we had prior. The First Step Act, 3,100 inmates have been released from prison because they were experiencing unfair sentences. I mean, my God, he's restructuring. He's addressing the deficit, the trade imbalance. With China, $400 billion. I mean, what world are the liberal Democrats living in? But last week, his presidency did something to me that it hadn't done before. It absolutely flattened me. Oh my God! This is why you're not gonna. This is why Warren and Biden and nobody else. Beto, of course, not. Bernie, don't. Bernie Sanders has been basically steamrolled by everyone around him. But I woke up Saturday, made my coffee, shuffled to my computer, started to glance at the news, and suddenly had to stop. I couldn't go on. Trump had yet again said something untrue. Oh, you mean like he was survived Bosnian sniper fire? Oh, that's right, that's Clinton. You didn't have a problem with that. Once more suggesting something absurd, contradicting himself, defied himself, claimed martyrdom, blamed Barack Obama, made his billionth threat, and hurled his trillionth insult. His trillionth insult. It's actually his 800th millionth insult. Hello. That was all clear from the headlines, which were as much as I could take. He has commandeered too many of my thoughts, run roughshod over too many of my emotions, made me question too many articles of faith. Oh, I was sapped. I think you love the liberals. I can't do it. 3.7% unemployment. I can't do it. Record low Black and Latino unemployment. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. A Trump orange monster. He's an orange monster. He wants to bring home soldiers from counterinsurgency conflicts. Oh my God, how can we survive this good economy? I was sapped, if not quite of the will to live. If not quite of the will to live, then the will to tweet. Oh, it's okay. To Google and to surf the cable channels. That's okay. You can do without. Why don't you ride a bike? Do something. Put a helmet on. Ride a bike. Enjoy life. Smell the roses. Call somebody for coffee. Get out. Where his furious mien and curious mane are ubiquitous. His curious mane. That's awesome. What I was feeling was beyond Trump fatigue and bigger than Trump exhaustion. It was Trump enervation. Trump enfeeblement. Yes. And within it I saw a ray of hope. Until now, it's been unclear to me precisely how Trump ends. His manifestly rotten character is like the Grinch, the Grinch, Trumpy. His manifestly rotten character has an alienated. His manifestly His manifestly rotten character hasn't alienated his support. I actually like his character. The fact that he's doing this to liberals, please do more. Tweet more, offend more. I love it. I love it. I can't get enough. Who are all too ready to with rationalizations and fluent in trade-offs. They're also unbothered by many of his missteps because he has sold those to a cynical electorate as media fables and rivals fabrications. He's so enterprising and assiduous at pointing the finger elsewhere that many voters have lost their bearings. Defeat is victory. Well, no, he's won, and now Andrew McCabe's getting indicted. What's up? Oppressors are liberators. That's the Max Boot line. Corruption is caring. That's the Clinton Foundation. Ask the people of Haiti and Libya, everything. Mar-a-Lago, Shangri-La. But Americans of all persuasions recognize melodrama when it keeps smacking them in the head. Pow, pow. And he has manufactured a bruising degree of it. They're not keen on Washington or politics, so they don't care for the way in which fevered discussion of both have become so pervasive and to be ambient. Okay. They're woozy and wiped out. They can't lay their depletion on the doorsteps of frustrated Democrats and fake news. The president's tweets speak for themselves in both volume and vitriol. The president's thunder is deafening without any amplification by CNN or MSN. The president's thunder is deafening without any amplification from CNN or MSNBC. This is a good bet. This is the best. This is better than when the New York Times writer watched the one of their debates with the sound off. That was great too. He patted her on the back. That was a good one. The turnover in his White House and the bloat of a Trump administration diaspora. A Trump administration diaspora. This is oh my God. Can't be dismissed as the detritus of disruption, the flotsam of jetsam of an unconventional management style. They're what happens when you place a cyclone at the Resolute desk. Everything splinters and screams and you can't find a safe space. Oh my God. Oh my God. I like Trump even more, my God. Are you kidding me? Trump was even better than I thought. Even Trump supporters are getting tired of his daily drama. No, they're not. They love him. I'm a Trump supporter. I can't get enough of the guy. Was the headline of Jim and National Review? Yeah, no problem. National Review is good a lot of the time. Sometimes it's just, Marco Rubio's ghostwriter writing something. If it was chairman, okay. He linked to lament a conservative writer, Bob Dreyfus, is exhausted from the president behaving like a clown who refuses to meet the prime. Okay, here we go. Trump's instincts and strategy are to conquer by overwhelming. Don't you love these people? They're totally fine with Clinton and Obama and Biden like destroying Libya and Obama like drinking Flint water and a shameful publicity stunt when it was still poisonous. I'm trying to find the end of this. This is hilarious. So maybe that reflects voters' economic worries. I suspect they've binged on Trump and now they're overstuffed with Trump. And if Democratic candidates are smart, they'll not dwell on his mess and madness because voters have taken his measure and made their judgment. And what many of them want is release from the incessant drumbeat of that infernal syllable, Trump, Trump, Trump. That's what this writes. They'd like a new miniseries with a different cast, and Democrats aren't giving them. No, they don't. They don't want a miniseries with a different cast. This is the best article. This is one of the best articles ever written in the New York Times. My kudos to the author. He's fantastic, and I have just said this with love. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. That's how Ringo Starr reacts when he's upset. when his significant other gets him upset, he's like, peace and love, peace and love. Where's the remote control? Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Anyway, I have nothing but love and respect for the author and the New York Times. They're fantastic people, Democrats, everybody. It's all good. It's all love. It's all good. Happy for everybody. Hey, listen, I'm still with her. It's fantastic. Clinton's running again. Andrew McCabe is going to get indicted. And I hope Trump steps it up in terms of his personality. Step it up, Mr. President. Mr. President. If you work overtime on the tweets, who knows what liberals, it might be a mass exodus. Who knows where they'll go, but it'll be hilarious. Give me your thoughts below. $2 billion? Hello. $2 billion. That's in the Washington Examiner. Look it up. $2 billion, ladies and gentlemen. 2 billion with a B. And the article I just read is a reason why they can't come close to that. It's by Paul Bedard, B-E-D-A-R-D, historic. Trump set to raise record $2 billion for re-election. Clinton outspent Trump 2-1. $1.2 billion to $600 million. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to win. It could be by a landslide. It could be close, but he'll win. And the only chance they have is with Clinton. She's going to run again. And forget about the chances. She said she'd like to be president. And what she likes, she gets. She won't win, but she will do everything possible to try to win. Give me your thoughts below. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel right this second. Thank you.